Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us. We are here to talk about a recipe for successful campus-wide blended learning initiatives. And as always, we'd like you to please hold all of your applause and cash donations until the end of the presentation. So we'd like to start off by saying that the notion of blended or blending is nothing new to higher education. It's just we're a little bit more accustomed to blending different kinds of things, not modes of instruction. So, for example, probably a lot of us are familiar with blending city center size budget needs. And if you're not familiar with city center or you don't know much about Las Vegas, it is this massive complex that is very beautiful and has a lot of things to do, but also is the kind of place where you need to spend about what you would spend on a tank of gas to get an ice cream cone. So we're used to balancing city center size budget needs with motel size budgets, and we blend a desire for a healthy lifestyle with a faculty schedule, and my personal favorite, many of us have blended the general notion that our lives have some kind of meaning with this question from an absentee student. Did I miss anything important? And of course, I always tell them, I'm actually really happy you asked because I make a concerted effort to ensure that I never do anything important in any of my classes. And I think I succeeded for the class you missed, but it's good that someone is keeping track. All right, so all jokes aside, we're here to talk about a more savory blend, and that is the blend of online and face-to-face elements of instruction. And we begin from the notion that blended learning actually works pretty well. So the literature shows that blended learning more effectively promotes student learning, it is preferred by students, and it maximizes resources through space efficiency, right? This one's pretty straightforward. You can do more with the same amount of space and the same amount of time with a blended approach than, say, a purely face-to-face approach. Now, we also want to say that blending is not a panacea. Merely blending is not enough. Here's an illustrative example. I love Krispy Kreme donuts, okay? That's a given. I also love cheeseburgers. I really, really love bacon cheeseburgers. But just because I love both of those things doesn't mean it's okay to blend them together, because what you wind up with is this, which is an absolute horror show. It's hard for me to even look at it, and I would not eat one of those things with my dog's taste buds. So you can't just blend willy-nilly. You have to do it in a certain way. And for us, it's taking a strategic approach. In fact, this idea of being strategic is integral to our very conception of blended learning, which we define as the strategic incorporation of online and face-to-face course elements in a single class. It is to employ, in the made up but still somewhat believable words of a former US president, strategery. Now, before we go any further, we're going to have a few questions here to test your knowledge and your understanding of things we've already talked about. So stay tuned, and then we will continue with the presentation.